Hi family, it's your girl Dr. Blessing here, and today we'll be talking about gaining mastery. One of the importance of gaining mastery is a more effective life. Gaining mastery today, we're looking at thinking on paper. Thinking on paper is also known as journaling. When you think on paper, you're able to analyze, reanalyze, and factually look at the realities rather than emotional components around any situation that we have. I like to state at this point that better decisions come from better thinking. One important reason why we should think on paper is it makes us more effective. Being more effective equals accomplishing more. So most of our goals are now more achieved. We attain our goals. We are able to progressively see a forward pull in life towards any goal that you choose to embark on, as against a thought process that just come through, you think it through right now, and then later the brain naturally forgets. So when you forget, half-life of your thought process, and then the value is gone. So thinking on paper prevents that from happening. The easiest part of thinking on paper is going out to buy a journal. Buying a journal is the easiest part, then comes the work. Part of the work would involve, why do I want to keep a journal? What do I want to write in this journal? When am I going to be writing in this journal? Where would I keep this journal? So in the next few steps, I'll be able to answer these questions, and perhaps that's going to help someone. In my personal life, I've improved a lot on aspects of my business life, my academics, my workflow, simply by that act of thinking on paper. So I have a challenging situation at work. I come home, I brainstorm it at night before I fall asleep, write it down on my journal, and by the time I'm thinking it through, I'm seeing the image of the scenery in front of me play out, and I'm able to see loopholes that I can fix, or area pointers that I can put a check and a balance, and and approach the situation in a different way. Same goes with relationship with friends. Same goes with businesses. I do arbitrage selling, and most of the time, I don't know what my output is. Most times, I know what my input is. So one day, I decided to think on paper. So I tried to categorize my input into three classes. And now I'm able to know what I'm putting in what to what end and what's coming out. It's helped me manage my business better and monitor my growth better as well. So I'm hoping that the next few points that I'm going to drop will be of value to someone on the space. Watch to the end, you find value. Please subscribe to my channel, share with friends who you think will find value here, because all we're centered about is value, value, value for personal growth, business growth, and most importantly, attempting to multiply income streams in order to be independent adults in the world that we live in. True independence comes when you have no bonds on your shoulder, no bills that you cannot afford, no situation that you cannot calmly master your emotion and approach. So guys, stick with me a little and we'll find value here. So guys, like I was saying, in journaling, you want to consider the why. Why do I want to keep a journal? I want to keep a journal because I want to improve on me. I want to improve on my approach to everyday life. I want to improve on my capacity to fix challenging situations. I want to have multiple ideologies in handling any situation that I face, be it at work, be it in the family, in any space that I find myself really. That would be my why. So guys, what to write? Point number 2. What to write to include my ideas, random ideas actually, my thoughts centered around goals that I have, and also my observations. So because my ideas definitely will change from time to time over different situations, my thoughts as well over situations, and my observation. So when I observe something and I find something intriguing, I want to write it down. So these practices will help me go back, analyze what I have penned down, see how to do it better, see how to fix it better, and take it forward. So the what? The what to write would include my ideas, my thoughts, and my observations about life, situations around me, and things that I want to achieve. The what will help me figure out a lot of things. Like it will help me figure out a lot of things about myself, finance, business, family, workplace, human interactions, and help me to look back. Maybe I did behave in a certain way now that's not socially acceptable, and I'm able to go back and look at it. Next time, I'll act right, I'll act better, I'll be more realistic rather than an emotional being towards any goal. So for the when, choose a time of day that it's convenient for you. Be it night, maybe you're lying down on your bed before you fall asleep so that you can think it through. Okay, or early in the morning when you wake up, you've got a clear head, that will be the when. And why you need a calm moment of your day in your when is so that you can be able to consider critically the following points. One, looking out for exaggerations. Looking out for exaggerations or distortions when you're writing as compared to when you're thinking, because you could think a distortion in the story, but when you write it down, it's clarified. Look out for blame games. Are you blaming someone in your mind? Are you calling someone an enemy in your mind when really you should focus, re strategize, and push forward? That you also be able to pick up when you're writing the situation than when you're thinking it through. At this point, when writing, also look out for chances that you may be seeking the fault why it's not working in other people as against in the situation itself. Why is it not working? Is it a technical issue? Is it a functional issue? Is it something you can do, something you can fix, something you can do differently as against blaming someone or fault finding? Another important point to consider is looking out for weak points in the story, in the situation, in the circumstance, are the weak points that need strengthening to be able to work out better and more effectively. So you must look out for those. When writing, after you have considered all this and penned them down, then you have to record your outcomes. So we have a tendency to think each idea in three different ways: a positive outcome, a negative outcome, and a neutral outcome. For each outcome, write down or record down the thought process that brought about that conclusion. That way, you know which is most likely to bring results. So, finally, the where. For where, your journal should be portable enough to go with you everywhere you go. Yes, I mean that and I mean it seriously. The journal must go with you everywhere you go. It should be like your second person, your shadow, your tento. Okay. Reason this is important is if your journal is something you leave at home and you have an experience and you're hitting a thought process that you must or you find value in and you're not writing it down, you're going to forget it. Okay, so that's just the thought process. It's not journal. So chances of use is slim. So it must go with you. Reason it must go with you everywhere you go would include one, you want to write your daily experiences, challenges, ideas that come randomly. And for each one, you always write down the positive, the negative, and the neutral outcomes so that when you look through, you will know which is more realistic and which is more likely to. For every point in time, capture your ideas. As we go through our day, random ideas that are valuable come through our mind. A business idea, a better way to do things always comes. So try to write those ideas down so they don't just come fly through and then later you're struggling to pick up the bits and pieces of that chord. So guys, with the few points that I've shared, I hope someone finds value. And in conclusion, we must always remember to go with our journal everywhere we go, Write down every idea and insight about business, family, school, friendship, you name it. It could be anything. Okay, that thing that drives you, that desire that you have, when you write it down, there's more chances that you can go back, look through, see what value it brings to you. Writing down our thoughts sincerely guides our approach to difficult situations. I can't list the value in its entirety in this video, but I'm sure that these few points that I've stated, you find value, and someone's going to find value as well. I remain Dr. Blessing, and I'm glad that you're sticking on. I hope we continue to find value as we grow together on this journey called life. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Please leave your comments in the comment section so that I can know what value you find there, and hopefully take this to a direction that we all would desire to know. Thank you and bye.